Hello YouTube, I'm Vince White. I'm an employment attorney, and on this channel, we answer publicly posted questions from YouTube users, getting folks the answers they need from an employment attorney. I'm still tragically in New York, and I don't like that. I don't like it at all. But it doesn't change a gosh darn thing. Gotta get you answers. We have a question here from YouTube user Edix Neil, or Edix Neil, either one. Who asked us, can you provide some light in the tunnel? Probably not. My soul is dark. What happens when you win your discrimination retaliation claim from an agency? How long does it take to get paid? Do they send you a check? Are there appeals? So, edicts. Fact of the matter is, depends on the agency. Depends wildly. I'll just give you a couple examples. Here in New York State, if you file a wage claim with the New York State Department of Labor, there's a really good chance they're going to run down that employer for you. Now, they're going to take forever to do it. But man, that employer is getting run down. If they can prove that claim for you, they're going to do it free of charge to you, and they're going to collect, in my experience, generally speaking. Now, by the same token, if you file a case with, let's say, the New York State Division of Human Rights, and you win it at trial, no guarantee they collect that for you, right? Here's a judgment. Here's the paperwork. Judge says you win. Good luck to you. Is that always the case? No, I mean not necessarily always, but in my experience, that is exactly what that looks like. So it's going to depend on where you are. It's going to depend on what agency you file with. You know, all over the country, there's different collection processes. A lot of the country, you might just go find yourself a collections attorney. You take your judgment to your collections attorney, and that's, you know, when you have to worry about this second part of your question, is there going to be an appeal? Also depends on the agency to some extent. Some agencies have internal appeals processes. In New York, let's say you have a judgment from the State Division of Human Rights. There's internal appeals processes. There is external appeals process. Like there's a lot that an employer could do to fight an award from an administrative law judge in the State Division of Human Rights. So, as I said, I may not be the light at the end of the tunnel. Now, if you're represented by counsel, that's a different story. This is going to sound like I'm pitching everyone and hiring attorneys, which I guess I am. I'm just saying don't hire me, right? I'm not saying this so you hire me. I'm saying in general you're going to be a lot better off if you hire attorneys, because if attorneys win you something and they're working on a contingent percentage, right? A percentage of what they win for you, they're going to go collect it for you. And they should do so at no additional cost, right? It's one of the advantages of having counsel. Now, here it sounds like maybe if you're worried about this, you might have represented yourself and you might have gotten yourself a win in an agency. So I applaud you. It's just now you're going to have to collect. And the good news is, in most of the country, collections attorneys are not especially pricey, right? Often they'll take a percentage of what they collect for you. That's generally positive, although not ideal, because you're right back at the place you started, which is trying to, giving someone a percentage to get the money out of your employer, which is what you probably were trying to avoid when you didn't hire an attorney, right? I get that. That's frustrating. But it's better than having to come up with like 20 grand to pay an attorney to collect for you. I think. I could be wrong. Depends on your situation, right? Depends on the size of that judgment too, doesn't it? Well, bet. So the answer is it depends where you are and what agency you filed with, which is a terrible answer in terms of how helpful it is, but a tremendously great answer in terms of how accurate it is. Sorry, I am not the light at the end of the tunnel. I apologize. I wish I was. If this video was helpful, and it may not have been, but if it was, like, subscribe, comment down below. It helps me to help more people just like you. Take care.